board's like, yeah. But we got the title in. I know Mud's like, well, you know, they probably don't understand the title. But it's alright though. Got my feathers. I found them joints today, sliding them things up in there real fast, just for a little something, get the ether mic going on. You know what I'm saying? And the ether hearing aids. Get the downloads, the divine downloads. And so, man, we just jump in there without having to really point the finger out, you know, too tough. Because you know what's going on now. You know, we're living our culture now. This is just what all we can do, pretty much, is live, you know, our divine way of life. You hear me saying that a few times. But let me just go and jump into it real fast. Just today's supreme mathematics, you know, wisdom culture. Now, today's wisdom culture, all being born to equality. Just being wise to your culture, or to the Father's culture, the way of life that was intended for you, shows the divine equality of the all spirit, the great I am. And so basically, what you have to do, just jump into exploring things that is unknown to you. It happens to be the X letter in the alphabet. This is a part of culture. Just dealing with, you know, knowing and understanding. Seeing that knowledge and understanding is one and the same. Just having you can be able to understand these basically. Because one is knowledge. That's the first thing that you're doing. You're coming into the world. You're listening and observing. You're not even really moving, and you're not trying to express yourself too tough. You just look, listen, and observing. For your first year of your life, you're observing things. When I say observing, you're just sitting back, being quiet, being still, you know, you're not moving. We're dealing with supernatural supreme mathematics. So when you're dealing with mathematics, it's like, yo, someone born these mathematics for us in a time of desperate need, where they were in a point of, you know, striving to reclassify, you know, the niggas in America. We already know we're niggas, but we haven't came across our divine culture. We was in a stage of being able to birth our divine culture once again. This is why being wise to the culture, which is, you know, your culture is unknown, because you go into the unknown. That shows the supreme equality of the Father. The Father is who? The great I am. So that's 2 + 4 = 6. 6 in the alphabet is the F letter. And F is the Father. Fatten her. Fatten who? Her. The wisdom part of you is the physical. That's the feminine part, actually, you know. And so it goes, you fatten her with the truth, and also symbolic to your family with the man, woman, and child. She is the bridge to get to the understanding. Now that we know, when we come into reality, knowledge is the foundation. All you do is in a wise format. You're actually, just by the way you look, listen, and observe. You turn your into expression. So now you have a way of seeing what you're seeing, how you can express what you know, listening and observing, and not really talking and formulating your words. Now when you get to 3, you start to understand certain things. You comprehend. Hey, what's happening? Hey, yo, what's going on? Thank you for joining. We're just talking about the supreme mathematics and, you know, the supreme alphabet, and being wise to the culture, just to show the supreme equality of the great Father of the all, you know. And so basically, when you get about 3 years old, you develop an understanding. Hey, what's happening? What's hi 97? All right. So, oh yeah, they're gonna kind of mess with the thing. Hey, is it? What's going on? It's understanding these nuts, and guess what? Understanding is basically the nuts of the man. You know, that's his understanding. That's his jewels. His seed comes from that. You know what I mean? Or understanding, overstanding. But it's the comprehension. 3. When you're about 3 years old, you'll begin to understand how to. All right. I don't know if y'all still. So. Look at that. I had to check that out. So we're back in the game, man. So we're seeing where we at. Units. I know y'all probably like, what the hell is he talking about? I don't like how they laughing at. I don't like how they try to, you know, shit on the guard a little bit, but they can't shit on the NAGA, man. We all good. We over here, man. So we're doing what it do. We got the Thuggy Dubs in the game. We got the Stones charging up. You know, all this good stuff. So yeah, man. So just being wise to the culture. Just being wise to your culture. What is your culture, man? It's unknown right now to you because there's a lot of shit going on in the world. They done told you the different types of ways of how the planetary alignments is lined up, and that is Copernicus model. Planets are millions of miles away. Now we're starting to come to the conclusion like, yo, planets is only thousands of miles away at most, at best. So it's just like, damn. Just coming to the conclusion of seeing what you actually, you know, how to express yourself through your talents that you have, you know, that you was given, the gifts, and what inspires you. You tap into this through your natal chart, figuring out, you know, what you're supposed to be doing. You actually can figure out what you're supposed to be doing if you don't have no clue on what you want to do with your life. You can actually look at your natal chart and be like, damn, let me check out the 10th house real fast. And you be like, oh, my 10th house? Okay, I got so-and-so with cancer, I no wonder why I like kids or children a lot, you know what I mean? You're supposed to probably be doing something with children. So, you know, this actually helps you, it gives you a blueprint. This is why the Most High ain't really left you alone, so you don't really know. You actually have internal knowledge and information. This is great for you to know and understand, you know what I mean? Your culture is unknown to you now because of the fact that you've been stripped of all knowledge of knowing your history or knowing your story. It became a mystery, myth, all these different things. So now we're at the point where we're bringing it back together. It happens to be the X letter in the alphabet, which is unknown once again. Then you got the next letter, which is wisdom, power, you know, that would be all being born to God, you know, so that's the next day. And that's just dealing with the Y chromosome, as today dealing with the X chromosome. Yeah, it wouldn't be right without the daily sabotage, y'all. You know what I'm saying? My bad about all of that. I'm trying to get the whole sabotage, y'all. You know what I'm saying? My bad about all of that. I'm trying to get the whole thing situated. You know, but that's just how it is when we're talking about certain things that nobody's really talking about, as becoming wise to your culture, you know, being unknown to you, how you be able to tap into your natural self and expressing yourself through your talents and your gifts that was given to you. And if you need help, check out your natal chart. You want help reading your natal chart? Yeah, you can tap with your brother. I'll point you in certain directions, because at the same time, it's like you have Vedic astrology, you got astrology through Chinese astrology. All this is put together, and that was brought into the earth thousands of years ago. So it's not to lead you astray, because they try to make it seem like you was left astray, but you're not. So you was given a blueprint to be able to find out what you're supposed to be doing in this world. Becoming wise to your culture is actually a beautiful thing to show the equality of the father. The father is the one who fattens us with the truth, fattens her or the mama with the truth that we learn from. Basically, everything that you see, touch, taste, and smell and touch, that's symbolic to like the woman, how you gain information from, you're learning from her. And he's represented as the unseen, as the father that's unseen, that's right behind it all. So you can always base things on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That's understanding completes the cipher. Understanding is the best part of knowledge and wisdom. Just like man and woman, the child is the best part. Number 3. You know, 1, 2, 3 equals 6. You have six directions. You know, basically up, down, front, back, left, and right. That's like the dealing with, you know, with the sacred geometry. We got the thugs right here dealing with the sacred geometry. That's dealing, you know, you're dealing with tetrahedrons and dodecahedrons, you know, all these different things that we end up finding out. Now we can map them and put them together through an intuitive way of understanding it in this now time, because we're going to make all things new. We don't have to be going back into the vaults and going to the you know, to the mounds and picking up things to kind of confirm our suspicion, because now it's going to speak to your soul. We go to the temple. Yeah, we're gonna make the rocks talk to them. Yeah, we're gonna make the rocks talk. But at the same time, we're developing a whole new method, a whole new way of life of understanding that is going to be more complex for the Neanderthalish type of thinking, or the ape way of thinking. It's not going to be able to be more evolved. This is why single retention and celibacy, this is part of your culture. Every time that you got to ascend, you got to do these things, because this is what's going to raise the vibration of the plane. You're not going to be on the plane, you know, doing things that, you know, because we all been lied to, just doing things like, you know, jacking off and just releasing our seed and not valuing it. That's not going to be a part of the future anymore. It's not going to be. That's not our culture. We never was that way. We were never, you know what I'm saying, very horny people who wasted our semen, our seed all the time. Remember, our spirits got molested. And now to look at the science of how spirits is on the planet Earth, it's spirits involved too. It's just not just you and your physical body. and we got things moving like how we're moving right now. Because they can put you to a machine and you still won't have the true high up in you. You just be living off electricity. And so what gives you the actual consciousness? This is what separates the real from the fake. So it's definitely important every day of your life that you become wise to your culture. So when you see like when it unfolds the next day, you see you become wise to your power. The power is the actually your energy, your force, your truth, which is the magnetism that you use to live this life. You have to live by refinement day in and day out. It's all about discipline, especially as a man. And you just go about these things, you know what I'm saying, and put it together so you can be able to explain to those who lack understanding, who basically, you know, who's in search for the reason why. And that's the Y letter in the alphabet, which is next day. You know? So the Y letters, Y is those who's is asked by those who is in search for understanding. Understanding is the best part of knowledge and wisdom. So Y is also the X chromosome. The man is actually the reason. When you say Y equals self, that means that you are the answer to it all. You are the equality. You are the Father's equality. You're the reason thereof. Without you, everything's going to be out of whack. Without every part of everything's going to be out of whack. But without you being in the right, proper position, being the foundation of it all, everything is out of whack. Just like if Judah's not in the right point where they say the tribe of Judah, the whole earth will be out of whack. Meaning that ain't nobody gonna be happy. Everybody just gonna be going to work and just paying bills and shit like that. Until Judah get back in the game, you see Judah coming through. Now, when we get back on when Judah get back on, they start mastering the Kundalini. They're not really focused on this the lower chakras, which is like where a lot of fear is based at. And it's cool though. But you know, you use your lower self to build your higher self. So you gotta make sure you have a strong foundation. It's hard to get past the third month if your foundation is very low and very low frequency wise in your solar plexus. And as what we do, we build up to the crown chakra. This is like this is natural, and this is what we're gonna do for this next season. So anything that is right and exact, you have the intuitive, you have discernment to be able to break it down if it came from the right and exact all spirit, meaning that if it was meant for you for good. Because things can be allowed, but it doesn't mean that it was made and created by the creator. It may have been allowed to be made by one of the creator's creations to make something. So yeah, just become wise to your culture. Your culture is unknown to you right now. Just pay attention. That's all I gotta say. I'll be with you in the next. Hey.